What are the 5 most important metrics that every e-commerce entrepreneur should track? Now, I have a confession. I have been there. When we first started our business, we were tracking metrics that are not important. Basically, we are tracking our likes, we are tracking about how many people are sharing our posts, we are tracking about how many followers of Instagram that we have, and at the end of the day, we realize that all the metrics that we are tracking is not important towards the growth of the business. So today, we're going to be talking about the 5 important metrics. Number 1 metric that you should be tracking even on weekends is your revenue. The revenue is basically the bloodline of your company, is your life of your company, so you should be tracking it every single day. And it tells you about the health of the company. If it's increasing, then you should find out why is it increasing. Is it because a marketing plan is working? Is it because an affiliate outreach program is working? And when you find out the reason, you should double down on it to increase your revenue more. And at the same time, if it's decreasing, then you should also find out why. Is your effort not enough? Are you not doing enough to increase the revenue of your company? Revenue is the number 1 metric that every single e-commerce entrepreneur should track every single morning. The moment they sit in the office, they should be tracking the revenue. As a matter of fact, I have friends and other companies who have their revenue opened up in a big screen in front of everyone so that everyone is accountable for the revenue of the company. Number 2, as an e-commerce entrepreneur, you should always be tracking your website's conversion rate. Now, it's important for you to drive traffic into the website, but it's more important for you to know the conversion rate of your website. Averagely, a website conversion rate would go between 1 to 2%, which means that for every 1,000 people that goes into your website, 1% of them actually converts to customer. So if 1,000 people goes into your website, 1% is your conversion rate, then you have 10 customers in total, right? So when you track your conversion rate, you actually can improve it. So imagine if you improve your conversion rate from 1% to 1.5%, for the same amount of traffic, which is 1,000 customers, you're going to get 15 purchasing instead of 10 purchases. So you actually increase your buyer by 50% immediately just by tweaking your conversion rate. And things that you can do to increase your conversion rate is like adding user reviews, adding better picture, adding better description, having a bit of urgency in your website. All those are things that you can do to increase your conversion rate for every single customer that comes in. Then number 3 metric that you should be tracking is your customer lifetime value. Some people call it CLV, some people call it LTV, and it's the same thing basically. It's your customer lifetime value. And what customer lifetime value means is that for a single customer, how much value will they bring for the whole lifetime of their business? I'll give you a really good example. The customer lifetime value actually shows the long-term value of a customer towards a business. Don't look at it from such a small perspective. You have to look at business from a longer perspective. I'll give you a very good example. Back in the days when I was working for a computer company, I heard the story where they used to sell printers at a loss. The printer that you buy is actually sold at a loss. They most probably manufacture it for the cost of about $100 and they usually would sell it for like $80. But the reason why they do that is because they know if you already bought that said printer, you will need to buy the printer ink. And that is where they actually make money, and they have calculated that over a period of the lifetime of a printer, let's say 3 years, a customer is averagely going to buy this amount of ink, the refillable ink or the ink cartridge. And what happens is they will be able to calculate that if I sell the printer at a loss today, but I will make your money down the road in about 3 years when you buy the printer refillable ink. So that is the importance of a customer lifetime value. The number 4 metric that you should be tracking, and it's one of my personal favorite, is called ROAS, return on ad spend. Now, a lot of people will usually approach me and say that, hey, I'm very worried about spending on marketing because those are money that we throw down the drain or those are money that we burn. And I tell them, what is your ROAS? Are you tracking your ROAS? Because if you are not tracking your ROAS, return on ad spend, yes, those are money burnt and down the drain. But if you are tracking your return on ad spend, ROAS, that means, what does ROAS stand for? ROAS stands for every $100 that you spend in marketing, let's say Facebook marketing, let's say Google marketing, Google Ads marketing, how much are you getting in return in terms of sales. So I'll give you a really simple example. Let's say if you spend 100 ringgit on Facebook ads and you get 500 ringgit of sales in return, that is 5 times ROAS. Would you want to spend 1,000 ringgit in Facebook ads and get 5,000 ringgit in sales in return? Maybe, but that also is very dependent on your profit margin, because let's just assume that you spend 100 ringgit on Facebook ads and you get 500 ringgit in sales, but that 500 ringgit in sales actually equates only to about 50 ringgit in profit. Then you are actually making a 50 ringgit loss. So if you are spending on marketing, make sure you track your return on ad spend ROAS, because if you don't, then all your marketing effort is going down to the drain. Last but not least, the fifth metric that you should be looking at every single day is your customer average order value, which is something that we call AOV as well. The average order value of every single customer determines how confident a customer is regarding purchasing from your website. And it should be increased every single, maybe quarterly, maybe monthly, maybe whenever you launch a new product. And an average order value means that how much a customer is buying per order. Averagely, maybe let's say you start with 50 ringgit average order, and then you move on up the ranks, you start selling them more things, and then it becomes 55, it becomes 60 ringgit, it becomes 70 ringgit. So for the same amount of orders that you get, you are getting a higher number of revenue. And that is why you should always track your average order value. And things that you can do to increase your average order value includes upsells, include order bumps, include bundle sales, and there's so much more techniques that I will share in the next video on how you can increase your average customer order value. A wise man once said, the guy by the name of Peter Drucker, which is a huge, guru in marketing, says that what gets measured gets improved. And it is very true, because if you're looking at your revenue every day, if you're looking at your customer lifetime value, your ROAS, your AOV, and your conversion rate, you will be looking to improve those metrics along the way. And one of my personal mantra is, even if you improve it 1% at a time over a period of 1 year, you will see the compounding effect of all your efforts. So if there's only 5 metrics that you can focus in your business, let it be these 5 metrics that I spoke about in this video: your revenue, your conversion rate, your customer lifetime value, your return on ad spend, and your average order value. So if you find this video useful, please do me one favor, please click the like and the subscribe button as well, and I'll see you in the next video. And also, if you have any question relating to startup, e-commerce, and scaling your business, please leave it at the comment section below so that I know the questions that are burning in your heart and I can answer them on my behalf.